Hey, what's up guys? John here. The economy just cracked, and what we're gonna see is a huge shift in consumer confidence. However, for me, I'm expanding. I think this is the moment to expand, and I'm hiring. I have 4 or 5 positions available right now. You can email me at support@thisisjohnwilliams.com for more information. Now, what's happening right now is we have millions of people that are about to lose pandemic unemployment assistance in September. Many have already been cut off. So we have this unemployment issue. And we have a massive shift in how people are spending money. A lot more people are spending money online. People are afraid to go out to shops, it seems. And on top of that, what we're having increased rent and an affordability crisis, which I think is going to lead to one of the biggest problems, what people can actually afford, because the costs are going up. We're seeing something called shrinkflation, where you're paying more for a product or service or food and you're getting less. So they're shrinking it down and then they're increasing the price. So we have roughly 7.5 million workers who've relied on pandemic or unemployment benefits. They'll be cut off from jobless aid altogether when they are set to expire on September 6th, Monday. As of mid-July, roughly 9.4 million people are drawing benefits from pandemic unemployment assistance, which covers those not traditionally eligible for aid, including freelancers and gig workers, and pandemic unemployment emergency compensation, which extends aid to those who've exhausted the state's benefit period. Workers drawing from either of these programs make up 72% of Americans collecting unemployment insurance, according to the Department of Labor. The programs, which support people who've normally fall through the cracks in the unemployment system, were established in March 2020, CARES Act, and extended until Labor Day 2021 through the American Rescue Plan. When American unemployment was last extended in March 2021, it was estimated 11.4 million people from falling off the benefits cliff. So we have this big shift. We've seen how hard it's been for restaurants and small businesses to hire people, simply because a lot more people are just making more money staying at home and not taking that job. So they were incentivized. That made sense if you look at it, financially. Why were they going to work to make less money? So you have people now that are going to be entering the job market. However, what we're also going to see is we're going to likely see prices increase on these small businesses. All the products that they're selling, we're going to see increased minimum wage. We're going to see higher taxes, all these bigger problems for small business, and the expectations from these employees to those small businesses to compete with Walmart and Bank of America and all these other companies that will pay $18, $20, $22 an hour, when a small business can't afford to pay that. So we're going to have that problem come. And in addition to that, what we're seeing also is we're seeing a shift in confidence in the housing market. So the U.S. housing market dynamics are slowing and shifting to a buyer's advantage. The U.S. housing market showed signs of normalizing in August, with more homes coming on the market and price growth slowing, according to Thursday's report from Realtor.com. New listings ticked up 4.3% year over year in August, although inventory was down 25.8% compared to the same time in July 2020. The data showed that's an improvement compared to July, when inventory was down 33.5% annually. In addition, asking prices did not rise as quickly in August. The median listing price registered 8.6 year over year price increase in August to $380,000, down from July's record price of $385,000. The report found, however, it's also nearly 25% more than August 2019. What we're seeing, though, is we are also seeing this eviction ban, this moratorium expiring. We're going to see Goldman Sachs predicts 750,000 people at a minimum by December 31st, 2021. So next 4 months, we're going to see 750,000 people that are either looking for a new place to live, or they're moving back in with their parents, or they're trying to negotiate with their former landlord. They're going to be in transitional periods. So we have, roughly 7.5 million people losing unemployment benefits, then roughly 750,000 people figuring out a new apartment situation. We're going to have small businesses, what I believe is going to be pushed to the edge, and we're going to have this huge opportunity here to make money that we've never had before. If you think about this is my mindset on this. You have a ton of really smart people that are looking for really a good place to work where they can make money, but they can also work more independently. So maybe they have more of a voice. So if you're starting a small business, this could be an ideal time to recruit such talent. In addition to that, I'm seeing people, young people, really young, 30 years old, buying mega mansions based on the incomes that they're making due to how the pandemic has shifted. I just read an article the other day. Guy's like 35 years old, just bought a $30 million house in Miami Beach. The house is incredible. And what he did essentially is he started up a venture capital fund. He raised money and they just invested in startups. The right startups, they did very well, and he made life-changing money. This is the opportunity that we have. So there's bad news, sure. The consumer confidence is changing, the economy is changing. But with all of this, in this affordability crisis, the people that are taking advantage of all of the change, they're going to form companies that are going to shift the world. They're going to change the world. They're going to make a ton of money. So I do think we're going to see a very, very big shift in the housing market, in the rental market, in the unemployment market. The unemployment and the employment market, I think everything is going to change. But the question I ask myself is, what business models are going to do the best over the next 1 to 2 years? I personally think the biggest upcoming opportunities are going to be robotics, they're going to be technology, they're going to be work from home opportunities where really technology is going to take over. There's no doubt about that. But working from home, that's going to be what people want to do, killing that commute. They're going to want to be able to work from home and have control over their day. I think that all this that we're seeing now is going to, and that we've seen over the last 18 months, is going to only continue developing further and further and further. And what we're then going to see is a whole new economy. I don't think that we're going to go back to how business was in 2018, 2019. I think this is only going to progress and only going to continue growing. So I do think that this is the biggest opportunity that we've ever had. I do think that with low interest rates today, people can qualify for mortgages and buy properties. But I think that opportunity, I think that home prices are likely going to come down in the short term as more inventory opens up. I think a lot of mom and pop landlords have been struggling for a while. We'll see if this actually happens, what they're saying here. With nationwide eviction moratorium struck down the imminent expiration of the unemployment benefits, advocates are encouraging tenants behind on housing payments to apply for emergency rental assistance. It's going to be the perfect storm for a lot of folks, said Jordan Dubry, a staff attorney at Bronx Works, a New York-based community organization assisting tenants and landlords with emergency rental assistance applications, noting in addition to federal aid ending, hospitals around the country are filling up with patients. We are still in the middle of a pandemic. Federal and state eviction bans were meant to protect renters during the pandemic, but the Supreme Court blocked the federal ban last week and the moratorium put in place in many states. Without them in place, vulnerable tenants and a $46.5 billion emergency rental assistance funded over the federal relief bills more than ever, without millions are potentially at risk. But the relief has been slow. Only $5.1 billion has been distributed to state and local governments, according to the Treasury Department. That pace sped up in August, at least in New York. Ellen Davidson, staff attorney at Legal Aid Society, said, "I believe this is the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that we've all been looking for to recruit great talent, to start that business, to really go for it. You got nothing to lose. We look at how fast the world changes and anything can happen. Look over the last 18 months. No one could have predicted any of this. But with all this change comes a new perspective on life. That perspective to me is life's short, enjoy it, go for it, don't hesitate. Look at all the opportunity that's out there. Take advantage of it. What do you think? If you are, I'm going to leave the job list below, the spots that I'm hiring for. If you're looking for employment, you can send the resume down below to that email. I'll have my staff look over it and then we'll get back to you. Drop your comments below. What do you think about the economy, the unemployment benefits, the eviction moratorium, all of these changes that are happening over the next few months? We're going to start to see all of this impact the economy, I believe. Drop your comments below, smash that like button, consider subbing on this and my personal channel down below. I'll leave the links pinned down in the top comment. I'll see you guys in the next video.